Hey guys, it's Monday. Well, today I thought I'd talk about a book that I'm getting a call from a client. Sorry. All right, anyway, I'm actually going to be talking about a book that I decided to start rereading. I'm actually probably going to give you updates while I'm finishing this book up. I read kind of slow right now just because, well, I have a lot of other stuff going on between clients, school, and my wife. The book is Beyond Civilization by Daniel Quinn, Humanity's Next Great Adventure. From what I remember, it's phenomenal. It's basically exploring an alternate way for societies to run. The main example it gives is living in a tribal situation opposed to the capitalist democracy type thing that we currently have. The way it is, it's not technically communism as the way we see it in the modern world, where we have a dictator who runs everything and quote unquote everybody's equal no matter what. It's not necessarily that. It's more of a communism where it's from the bottom up, where the people survive together. There's no one main person in charge, but you look throughout history and you see this type of structure working. No, it's not perfect. Neither is democracy, but it explores the idea of going into that type of culture. And if you really look at it, the early church tried to present that as well. You look in the book of Acts, where all the disciples and the new believers come together and they live with each other, where everything's everyone's. You basically give what you can and you take no more than you need. So it's like communism in that sense, but it's definitely a lot harder to become corrupt in that aspect because there's no one leader. As I usually do, I'm going to read you a segment. This is one of the parts that I just read. He's talking about how programs don't work, which I agree with 100%. Programs generally do not work. He asks the question, well, if programs don't work, what does work? And the conclusion he comes to is vision. Vision is to culture what gravity is to matter. When you see a ball roll off a table and fall to the floor, you should think, gravity is at work here. When you see a culture make its appearance and spread outward in all directions until it takes over the entire world, you should think, vision is at work here. When you see a small group of people begin behaving in a special way that subsequently spreads across the entire continent, you should think vision is at work here. If I tell you that small group of people I have in mind were followers of first century preacher named Paul, and the continent was Europe, you'll know the vision was Christianity. Dozens or perhaps even hundreds of books have investigated the reason for Christianity's success, but no one of them was written before the 19th century. Before the 19th century, it seemed to everyone that Christianity no more needed reasons to succeed than gravity does. It was bound to succeed. Its success was sponsored by destiny. For exactly the same reason, no one has ever written a book investigating the reasons for success in the Industrial Revolution. It's perfectly obvious to us that the Industrial Revolution was bound to succeed. It could no more have failed than a ball rolling off a table could fall towards the ceiling. I really recommend this book. It's a great read, very interesting if you're into that type of thing, very thought provoking. I hope you guys check it out. Once again, it's Beyond Civilization, Humanity's Next Great Adventure by Daniel Quinn. And please, once again, don't start thinking that I'm going to start this revolution of communism and stuff like that. It's not communism. And I'll see you guys next Monday.